All right, this is Little Amber, Little Anna Lambright, her filly. This is the first day. Now this little horse been took care of really well. What we're going to do today is we are going to look and evaluate. So my training program's pretty liquid. I have some things that I have to have. Rule number one, they can never touch me for the rest of their life, but I can touch them anytime I want, and I touch them a lot. Rule number two, they cannot dictate direction or speed. And rule number three, never chase their face. So we're evaluating this horse, this little filly today, to see, she wants to show in-hand trail, and we're going to see what we need to file away in the back of our brain to work on. Right now, I can tell you she doesn't have much patience, and she doesn't know how to control her emotions and relax. We'll get that took care of. We're going to see how she acts online. She was easy to catch and easy to unblanket, and she was easy to hook to the wall. She just can't be left to her own devices. And now she's getting turned around, so she's going to get herself into a pickle here. So I'm going to have to leave, and let's just evaluate her and see where we're at. Maybe. Now the first thing I'm going to do with her is I'm going to use this tool right here. This puts a little distance between me and the horse, but also it exposes the horses to some stimulus that they may or may not know how to handle. I will not chase her face, but you can see she's crowding into me. Well, we can't have her doing that. We can't have her reacting here. If we're going to take her to the show pen and show her an in-hand trail, she needs to not knock us down and crowd into us, but she also has to be able to regulate, self-regulate, control her emotions. There. And you can see that I'm not doing any pounding or beating. I'm just, what I want to do with this right now, today, while I'm evaluating her, is I would just like to be able to rub this horse, get zero reaction, not have it crowd into me, and not have it pull away from me. So that's rule number three, isn't it? Never chase their face. I am not going to chase this thing. But until I can get zero reaction, there's an attention deal right there. These are all common things. I want to rub her feet, rub her legs, rub her belly. I want to teach her to wait for me. If I'm going to handle her in an in-hand trail course or in life, she has to not take over, dictate direction and speed, and go off chasing the little fairies. She needs to just stay here with me and wait for me. And that's what I want her to do. Nothing crazy. I'm going to start teaching left and right from day one. Left and right means back up, whether you're riding or you're on the ground. If you're really close like this, you can grab the halter, left and right. All of this groundwork is going to translate directly to the saddle. I'm I won't do a single thing here that we can't copy sitting on their backs. I want to rub her all over. I really don't want her to move. So I'm going to rub her until she can stand still. I'm not going to rub on her until she almost can stand still. I'm going to rub on her until she can stand still. Just take a deep breath and relax. I don't want her crowding in. Horses can only think of one thing at a time. So if she looks away from me, I become invisible, and the invisible man or woman can't teach anything. And our job here is to teach. Now I'm going to go over her like this, and I want zero reaction. I'm not asking her to move. I'm showing her that this does not mean come into me and crowd into me. I want her to just stand here. I am adjusting her face back to me. When she looks away from me, that's a lack of attention. I just want her to focus on me. I've done enough of these to know that I'm not going to get struck. I'm not going to get bit. I'm not going to get run over. Learn to read them. You'll stay a lot safer. There. She didn't move. That's good enough for today. We know that she has to work on focus. We're not going to get it today. We're evaluating her today. What does she need to do today to show me where she's at? Pretty simple deal. Right jaw, left front foot. When it moves, I quit. I'm going to kick her in the belly. That means go forward. When she goes forward, I'll quit kicking her. I'm going to pick straight up and put my thumb in my pocket. That should translate to the hip, the inside hind leg. Actually is what I'm after. Left and right. 2 steps. First one is to change your mind. Second one is for practice. 1, 2. Now you see she drug this foot right here. When they get elevated, their back gets hollow and they drag their front feet when they back up. File that away. We need to get her to backing up and dropping her head. We'll get it. These are the things that we are just testing to see what she knows and what she don't know. If I wasn't making this video, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd just put her in the program and work on what I needed to work on. The reason I'm making the video is to hopefully show you guys how to evaluate a new baby, maybe. And I keep flipping this flag around and petting her with it, because I'm not happy with what she's doing here, but I'm not going to spend the whole work doing that. Left jaw, right front foot. As soon as it moves, leave it alone. Forward, legs, just like riding. Forward, legs. Give her direction. I want her to go forward. There. I want to pick up inside hind foot. There. Now I'm going to back her up, because I didn't ask her to go forward after I yielded that inside hind. I wanted her to turn on the forehand and not go forward. Left and right. Pet her. 2 steps. First one changes their mind. Second one's for practice. Left and right. There. Now that time she only drug her foot a little bit. Left and right. 1, 2. Good. She's dragging the right front foot pretty consistently, but the first step, her head's a little lower. Second step, her head goes up. It's to be expected. So we're working on the mind, forward. We're working on the inside hind leg, and we're working on the back up and the shoulder. All 4 or 5 things at the same time. There. Now she stood still the whole time. Good. Right front foot, good. Forward with my leg. This flag is my legs when I'm doing this. There. Up. Up is for the hip or the inside hind leg. Yeah. Left and right is to back up. So it'll be up for the inside hind, out for the shoulder. Just like we're riding. She keeps creeping. I think she's creeping for comfort. She's definitely not looking like a predator when she creeps on me. So I'm not going to murder her. We're just going to practice backing up. Left and right, 2 steps. Good. Now I'm going to pet her. She needs to be better at that anyway. Left jaw, right front foot. Good. Forward. Good. She stopped. I didn't ask her to stop, remember? Dictating direction and speed. She's not allowed to do that. Legs. I'm going to tap her here till she goes forward. There. And when she goes forward, I'm going to quit tapping her there. If they do what you ask, quit asking. I'm going to pick up inside hind leg, out for the shoulder. What I did there was I'm going to slowly and surely get into her that when I'm on this side, she looks it this way. If I'm on the other side, she'll look this way and go forward. Legs. When she goes forward, I quit. Yeah. We're trying not to jerk her. We're trying to keep our hands behind her eye, just like you would if you was riding. I don't know anybody that can ride with their hands in front of the horse's eye. Now I'm going to go back and do this again. Good. So we know she has a little bit of, it's really hard for her to focus for more than about 30 seconds. And she goes to her go-to move when she can't relax. Her go-to move is to crowd into us. There, good. Left front. Legs. She's fallen into me. That's when I put my inside leg on. I don't pull her. I just try to use my leg to stand her up. Inside hind leg, left and right. When I put these 2 exercises together, it will stop her from turning and taking off. And if we're going to do in-hand trail, she needs to only move her feet when I ask her to. But we're not going to teach that by beating on her and punishing her for being wrong. We're going to teach that by being patient and teaching, not punishing. There. Now her focus is gone. Bring it back and pet her. That jaw's a good place to pet a horse. Good place. Now I'll walk up here and I'm going to put my thumb in her mouth, her finger. You can't see it, but when the mouth opened, I took my finger out. Left and right. Good. Right front foot. There. Pick up. Move that rib cage out. If I move the rib cage out, the head will come in without me pulling on it. There. Good. Now this is not a feral yearling. This horse has been handled. This horse has been well taken care of. Look how good a shape it is, how pretty it is, how healthy looking it is. It's had a bunch of stall time. Now we're not even going to get into leading with quality. because I already know that she'll crowd into me while we're leading. So what we're gonna start doing is right jaw, left front foot. I'm gonna pick up and get this inside hind leg, and we're gonna go one step together. I'm gonna stop. When her neck's on my shoulder, I'm gonna pet her. See how she can't stand still? I'm not gonna punish her and teach her to not be that close to me. I've just gotta get some more things in place before that leading with quality becomes important. There. Good. Legs. If I have to give ground at the beginning, I will. I definitely do not want to get kicked. Now we got this circle established. I'm going to go like this. I want to put her neck on my shoulder. I should be able to lead her from both sides, and she should be able to relax, stand still, and self-regulate her emotions. It's easy to do. We just educate, we don't punish. When she wasn't standing in the right spot, I just put her there and then I petted her. Nice, kind, well-bred little horse. Now I'm gonna spend a couple minutes here rubbing her while she's moving. There. Left and right. We're not trying to teach her to read our intentions today because we have a few things that we've got to get in place. I have her forward motion is not as good as it will be, and I'm not going to teach these horses to, I'm not going to make that a bigger issue by every time she goes somewhere I beat her to a stop. I just want to rub her while she's moving. Let her know it's okay to move. There's plenty of time tomorrow or the next day to teach her how to stop when I change my mind. Inside hind leg, left and right. There, better. Go over the top. Good, much better. Good. I'm going to put my finger in her mouth again. When her mouth opens up, I took my finger out. Piece of cake. Rub that jaw. That's going to be your cookie spot for a few days. That's an endorphin trigger. When she's focused on you, rub circles on the jaw. There. Yeah. Her face isn't too bad. Evaluate that. Yeah. I don't like her touching me with her nose. We'll work on it. All these things we filed into her own personal training program. Yeah. Left and right. It's already getting better. Doesn't take too long. Yeah. Good. Good. She creeped on me. All that tells me is we just need to practice it a little more, not punish it, teach it and practice it. Now we are going to tie her back up, and we're going to evaluate how she ties up this time. It's been 10 minutes or so. And yes, I am using a slip rig. I will tie her solid, in a week. So we're going to stand over here and we're going to evaluate her after this little short work. See if we see an improvement. What I'd like to see is the hind end step across and the shoulder follow a feel back this way. That lead rope's telling her what it's telling her. That's a little anxiety. She's never had to really fix her own troubles. She's not doing horrible either. She's been tied up at home. Hindquarters should be the shoulder, just like that. That's the same exercise that we do down on the ground, up for the hip and out for the shoulder. That lead rope is doing that exact same thing. When you can do that, you can tie them up solid. Until you can do that, they'll hit that pull pressure, and you'll teach them how to pull back, maybe. There's the hip, and there's the shoulder. I think it's excellent. Didn't take too much work to get her to engage her brain. And I think that we have a lesson plan built for her that's going to be perfect to get her into the show pen. Anyway, that's how I do my first works on a new one. I hope that helped. See ya.